everyone, it's Emily Fox. Today's video is going to be my July TBR, which as always is absolutely ridiculous. I just filmed my stats, my reading stats for the first half of the year. It's going to go up very soon. I've realized that I didn't read that many books that I gave 5 stars to. I kind of got sucked into reading a lot of like popular ones or the ones that I wanted to do for certain challenges, like the Goodreads Choice Award one. And I want to focus on books that I think I'm going to give 5 stars to, just because why not, right? Let's make this summer amazing. So I have a ridiculous TBR and I want to share it with you. First off, let me go with the book that you guys pick on the Patreon book club pick of the month. I don't know where I was going with this. Finally, we are reading The Eye of the World by Robert Jordan. This is such an epic, everyone knows adult fantasy series, 14 books, humongous books, scary books. There's just so much hype behind this series that I have been nervous, like very, very nervous. I've had this book on my shelf, I think for 4 years, because I never wanted to pick it up because too scared. And the TV show is coming out later this year, so it is time for us to read it together. I do also have the audiobook from my library on my phone, so I might start it that way. I always like really popular ones, try them as audiobooks, so I can let you know if you like audiobooks, if they're good also. So I'll probably flip-flop, try both, see what works the best for me. But yes, this is it. We're doing it. I'm scared just because there's just so much hype that I'm a little scared I won't enjoy it as much as everyone else. But it's funny because I know barely anything about this series. Like, I know it's completed by Brandon Sanderson. I know there's a ton of characters, so people get a little bit like overwhelmed. But story-wise, nothing. So it's gonna be a complete surprise for me. I'm hoping I will enjoy it. I am trying to keep my expectations a bit lower just because you never know. So yes, this is it. This is our month, July. We're reading it. You're gonna notice there are a ton of books that are huge on this TBR, which is, you know, stressful, but I have been pretty lucky with the books that I know I'm going to give 5 stars to. That's why like a lot of these are in here. I've been intimidated for long enough. The next one, I wanted you to choose one out of the 2 because I will read one in July and the other one I'll keep it for August because I don't want to have too many books that are like 1,000 pages on my TBR. So you're probably expecting them, but you get to choose. Which book am I reading in July? Am I continuing? Which series, actually? They're both the second book in the series. So, book 2 in the Stormlight Archive by Brandon Sanderson. So, Words of Radiance. I'm so excited to read that one because I really enjoyed book 1 last year and I've been scared ever since. So, you decide if I continue this one or do I continue the King Killer Chronicle series. So, The Wise Man's Feared by Patrick Rothfuss. I did enjoy The Name of the Wind, but I've been nervous to continue because it doesn't look as big, but they're both 1,000 pages. These are just very, very thin. So yes, you get to choose which one I continue first. I will be reading, like I said, the second one in August. I just don't want to commit to both of these humongous fantasy books in the same month. So let me in the comment section. I'm excited. Whichever you choose, I will enjoy. Oh, almost forgot. Okay. Next, I wanted to discuss my challenge for the month. I like to have them most months, and I asked you on Patreon which one you wanted me to focus on, just a normal vlog or the specific vlog, and that's the one you chose. So I'm gonna be torturing myself again. I am doing is it my 3rd edition of reading my pile of shame, which if you're new here, you might not know. That's how I call the pile of books that I started but never finish, and I want to finish. Like, there's a distinction between the ones I'm not interested in, I will never finish, and the ones that I do want to finish. I was most likely enjoying myself, but for some reason I put them down, started something else, forgot about them, and it's been sometimes years. And the pile is accumulating, so doing a video every year, like a week of trying to read 1 or 2 at least from that pile, helps make me feel like it's getting better, even though it's not. So let's talk about them. You're gonna be able to choose, you know, vote in the comment section specifically which ones you want me to read, but I am committing to reading 2 at least. I will probably try more. We'll see how it goes basically. If it goes really well, I'll finish a couple ones. If it's not going well, maybe not. Everyone knows which one I'm going to name first, and I know nobody believes I'm actually going to read it, but I will. You hear me, Emily? It's gonna happen. Le Comte de Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas. This is part 2. My edition is in like 2 books. It's 700 pages. I really enjoyed the first part, but I felt satisfied. You know, I finished a book and I never continued. And then when I attempted to, I put it down after like 100 pages. I'm going to be starting it over. I will also read a like summary of part 1 online beforehand, just so I remember, because characters, there are a few and like I'm bad at remembering the names. So just to make sure everything goes well, but I'm committed. Like this is happening. I will be reading it. I am reading it in French because it's my first language. And it's not even hard French. Like if you can speak French, like decent French, you're probably able to read it. And it's very accessible. I feel like the author is sometimes a little like funny and I enjoy it. So 2021, this is it. I swear, the day I finish it, you will have nothing against me. Nothing. I will be perfect. What am I going to do with my life once I'm done with that one? The next one is a book that I've also mentioned being on that pile for a while, but I haven't attempted to include it in a past video. So it's my first attempt, and I think it's going to go well. This is Eleanor, Elephant is Completely Fine, which I thought I had put on this pile for like just a year or two, but no, it was published in 2017. So I have been reading this book for 4 years. I am right here in it. I'm 70 pages-ish into it. It's not going well. But I do have access to the audiobook for that one. I put it on my library waiting list a little while ago just because I wanted to at least choose one of these as an audiobook, because I can read a physical book and then, you know, read one as an audiobook as I'm trying to do this challenge. And I thought this one would be perfect for it because I feel like the tone, the narration would just suit an audiobook. So from what I know so far, it won't be a spoiler since I'm only 70 pages into it, you're following Eleanor, who seems to have been through something like trauma in her childhood. I think she might also be on the spectrum. Again, I'm pretty early in the book, and she seems very obsessed trying to find someone to be in love with. Like she's obsessing over this like musician. That's where I'm at so far, and I don't think it's going well. So we'll see how that goes, but I think this is definitely a strong contender. I think this is definitely one of the ones I will be reading during my challenge. Ugh, I'm sorry. I have allergies. It's been so bad this year and I feel like I can't speak for like 2 minutes without sniffling. So this is the rest of the pile. There are other more. I know there are more on my shelves, but these are like the main ones that I have. So if you see one on there that you think I should attempt to finish, let me know. The one that has been there the longest, and I truly mean the longest, is this one. Frankly, this is definitely the one that I think I probably should just get rid of. Because I read it thinking it was fantasy, but I think it's like magical realism. I kind of want to finish it because, you know, I was past the halfway point. One that is very shameful is also The Toll. And then we have some other ones that I started. This one, I'm a little surprised that it's on here. I'll talk about it in the vlogs, but yeah, that one and then City of Brass. Let me know. But I think my 2 strongest contenders so far are these 2. Okay, now we're going back to more books that I think I'm going to give 5 stars because that's the goal for July. Like if I can give 5 stars to like, maybe not 5 books, but like 3 books, I would be so happy. So let's make that happen. I have definitely mentioned the next ones because they have been on my TBR on and off and I keep just not picking them up. So book 2 in this series, this is Before They Are Hanged by Joe Abercrombie. I really enjoyed the first book. The Blade itself, and I just want to continue because frankly I want to read more from Glockta, so this is it. This series because oh my gosh woman, you just need to do it. The Girl Who Played with Fire, fantastic mystery. I have been on a kick with thriller mysteries. You'll see my audiobook section in a second. I have a bunch that I want to read more, so this for sure. I don't know why, part of me just is scared I'm not going to give 5 stars to the second book like I did the first one, so that's silly. And I have been meaning to read more from Octavia E. Butler. I know everyone is saying that her books, the editions that I have, look like weirdly religious. They're fantastic books. They're like kind of sci-fi, but she uses these concepts to talk about like social commentary, like gender, race, and I just want to know more. I believe this one is like First Contact with Aliens, which is definitely my jam, but that seems like a weird mix and I can't wait to see how that's gonna go. Oh, by the way, my edition has the whole quartlet. I'm committing to the first one, but obviously if I love it, I'll just continue. Let's go to the audiobook section. Like I was telling you, I am planning on continuing reading a bunch of mystery thrillers, including Malibu Rising. I'm so excited. I got my hands on it and I will be listening to that one. I have been meaning to read more from the author. So far, the reviews that I've seen are a little bit hit and miss, but I don't care. I just want to try it because I really ended up loving The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and I've been wanting to just fall in love with something else by her. So the characters were great in that book, and I just want to hopefully fall in love with these ones. And it has one of my favorite premises where like people, like the whole story happens in like 24 hours kind of thing, like overnight. Yes, I love that. So hopefully that works out for me. I don't know if I'm going to be done with it. I'm like about to start this audiobook, The Night Swim. So just in case it's on my TBR, probably going to be the first one that I finish if I haven't yet. The Burning Girls, which I've never read anything by this author, and I'm just curious to see what the hype is about. I don't know anything about it. I do prefer going into these books completely blind. Same thing with The Sundown Motel. This is going to be my second book by the author, and I do like haunted places, so maybe this will work out for me. Oh, and last but not least, I wanted to add a nonfiction book because I've been meaning to read more, and this one has been on my TBR for way too long and I need to read it. It is In Order to Live, a North Korean girl's journey to freedom, which is a topic that I think is pretty fascinating. My friend recommended that I watch a TV show, the K-drama, what is it called? Crash Landing on You? I think that's what it is. And it reminded me that I'm supposed to be reading this, so I added it to my TBR for July. I feel like the cover. Blue and yellow are just colors that just speak to me. I feel like I went through them pretty quickly because I've talked about them a lot, but at this point, I just need to actually read them. I'm very excited. I do think I'm gonna have like a fantastic reading month. I think I'm probably gonna I'm aiming for 3 5-stars, but like, you know, like I would be happy with 2, but like 3. This is what we need this month. Let me know in the comment section if you have read any of these and which ones you think I should be reading between these two and like the rest, because I want to know. Also, let me know which books you are currently adding to your TBR for July, because I want to add more books to my TBR. Not that I need to at this point. My TBR, Mount TBR that I should call it, it's getting a bit ridiculous, but that's how I like it. Sometimes some of you complain like, oh, I'm never going to catch up and read all the books. That's a good problem to have. I can't imagine anything sadder than not having anything else to read. That just sounds like my worst nightmare. Anyway, thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see me go through my challenges, especially the Pile of Shame one. That's gonna be rough. I will be putting more videos on the screen that I recommend you check out, and I will see you in an upcoming video very soon. I don't know why I did that instead of bye. Bye. Only you're the reason why I can feel those butterflies.